For you, the problem is that you have a tendency of being so explosive off the floor that you end up getting into this position where a lot of the load is going to go on the back and a lot less on the legs, because you try to, before you even get your hips into position, you're trying to like yank the bar off the floor. And it's a little different from another video that I made just now. So the specific problem for you is that when you hold the bar, you're kind of, in this position where before you get the hips down, you're trying to like pull it off. It's like, so what it looks like for you is, you see that before I even get my hips down, the bar comes off the floor. And when you do your pause deadlifts or anything of that sort, the issue is even more like clear, because the way you do it is like this. And that's not really a good position to be in, because what happens is, the way you set up, it puts a lot of pressure on your back, and as the weights get heavier, this is a technique that's not really repeatable, and over time you're going to have back issues. And if I remember correctly, you had told me that you do have some, like before you joined, you had some back problems. So what I want you to do instead is stop being like overly explosive and overly like, trying to pull with the back. The deadlift is a compound movement, and in compound movements, you want to use pretty much all the body parts together and all the joints that are involved more in a sync with each other. So I want you to start thinking about it like that. And when you set up, I want you to be a little more focused on like tensioning the right parts, instead of trying to be super explosive, or instead of trying to be like, instead of trying to like yank the bar off the floor. So all I want you to do is that you hear that click. So I just want you to have that click, and then so if I do a pause deadlift, you see how my back or the upper body in general is not really doing too much. All I'm trying to do is get into a position, and a lot of the drive comes from the hips and the legs. So that's the position I want you to get into, and that will fix your problem with the deadlift.